In 2024, Google and OpenAI stole Meta's top engineers. Instead of recruiting new talent, Zuckerberg started personally emailing rival employees. His offer? Not $1 million, not $5 million. Here's what he's giving them instead. The bleeding started in January of 2024. Meta's best AI researchers were walking out the door. First, a few key engineers jumped to OpenAI. Then Google poached their computer vision team. Soon, it became an exodus.
Today, we're dissecting a concerning trend at Meta, the departure of key researchers from their AI team. We'll explore the financial implications, the specific talent that's been lost, and what this all means for the broader AI landscape.
It's not just a few people leaving, Sam. Business Insider reported that 11 out of 14 researchers from Meta's original LAA AI team have jumped ship, many heading to competitors like Mistral AI. That's a significant brain drain.
Mistral in particular seems to be a prime beneficiary, having snagged 5 former Meta AI researchers. This is a company co-founded by ex-Meta employees Guillaume Lampley and Timothée Lacroix, now directly competing with Meta using open-source models.
The numbers were devastating. Meta lost 4.3% of their AI talent in 2024. Only Google lost more at 5.4%. Meanwhile, their rivals were building the future without them. Traditional recruiting had completely failed. Headhunters couldn't compete with OpenAI's offers. HR departments were useless against Google's prestige. The talent pool was tiny, maybe 100 people who truly understood frontier AI models. So Zuckerberg tried something unprecedented. He started personally emailing AI researchers. "I got an email from Mark personally," one researcher told me. And he said, "I have an offer for you." The offer was beyond anything they'd ever seen.
So the figures are astronomical, and there is a way to make sense of this, though.
Is there?
And I'm going to use the acronym CDT, chips, data, talent. So those are the 3 pillars of AI development. And basically, you can kind of make sense of what all of these different AI firms are doing based on where they have weaknesses in those areas. So if you think about Meta, they have got the chips, they most definitely have got the data, but it's the talent where it's seeming like they're needing to pick up pace a little bit. And this is what you're hearing Sam Altman talk about on this podcast with his brother. He called these signing bonuses of as much as $100 million.
At least $10 million per year. Some offers went into 8 figures. No job description, no specific role, just, "We want you," and a number that could buy a mansion. "I was really shocked, to be honest," the researcher said. This wasn't a desperate one-off move. Meta created a list of 50 to 100 people they absolutely had to have. Then they went after each one personally. Their strategy was simple: throw money at the problem until it disappears.
Bloomberg says that the Meta CEO has been frustrated with his company's progress in the AI race so far and is putting together what's being called a super intelligence group inside Meta. The report says that Zuckerberg's goal is to beat other tech companies to reaching the point where AI can perform as well as humans do so that it can incorporate the technology into its range of products. According to reports over the last few days, Meta is in talks to invest billions of dollars in an AI startup, Scale AI. Bloomberg says that Zuckerberg is personally working to recruit dozens of people for Meta's new effort, driven by frustration over the response to the latest version of the company's Llama large language model.
AI talent isn't just rare. It's irreplaceable. Training frontier models is a bit like alchemy, one expert told me. A small number of deeply experienced researchers can make a huge difference. The math is brutal but simple.
But some executives have even told Bloomberg that these could make sense, right? Because there are just so few people in the world who have these sorts of skills. And basically, Mark Zuckerberg has been really frustrated with the pace of Llama 4, their large language model. And so basically looking to kind of scoop up talent, poaching them from across the industry.
What's happening with XAI and the cash burn?
So, look, people familiar with the matter have told Bloomberg that they have been spending as much as $1 billion a month as they try to pick up pace. Wow. They are estimated to spend potentially $13 billion in 2025. And you can bring back that CDT framework as well to make sense of it. I know it's a little cheesy, but
we love your CDT
they've got
framework.
the talent, right, in Musk. They've got the data from from X, but it's the chip element where they're really spending a lot of money. So they are, whereas a lot of firms are trying to rent a lot of this infrastructure, a lot of these chips, XAI is spending on it, and that's where a lot of this money is going.
One genius researcher equals billions in potential value. Meta invested $15 billion in Scale AI just to get access to their CEO. They're spending $60.65 billion on AI infrastructure in 2025. Meta projects AI will generate $460 billion to $1.4 trillion by 2035.
Let's get to our Deirdre Bosa this morning at One Market with some big valuation news in the AI space. Morning, Dee.
There's a lot going on this morning, Carl. First, Meta is paying nearly $15 billion for a Scale AI stake. I've confirmed with a source familiar with the deal. The information first reported this new number. A previous report had pegged it to about $10 billion. So this approaches Meta's largest investment ever. Now, a source gave me more color around incentives as well, saying that this is more about Scale AI founder Alexander Wang's AI network, less about the data labeling part of the business. Now, Wang is 28 years old. He's seen as a darling himself in the world of AI. He built critical infrastructure early. He has ties to both Silicon Valley and Washington. Meta, by contrast, seen as falling behind in the AI race. So the Scale AI deal seen as a way for Zuckerberg to get more credibility as he tries to turn around their own efforts.
The talent war is just beginning. Every tech company is chasing the same 100 people. Salaries are exploding. $10 million is becoming the new normal. But here's what most people don't realize about this arms race. The biggest opportunity lies beyond the code itself. These AI talent stories generate massive attention. Every major announcement drives millions of eyeballs to tech content. Smart founders build personal brands around these insights. The real shift isn't just in how much Meta is spending. It's why they're spending it. Because the tools are no longer the advantage. Everyone will have access to the same AI models, infrastructure, and capabilities. That's not where the leverage is anymore. The edge now? The ability to communicate a clear point of view. Consistently and in public. That's what turns noise into demand. That's what compounds. And it allows smart founders, more qualified leads with less outreach, long-term leverage instead of constant effort and evergreen content that works around the clock. Because the next wave won't be won by whoever builds the best tool.
I don't think everyone should be famous. I don't think everyone should build a personal brand. I don't think everyone should anything. You can do whatever you want. And I have billionaire friends who want to stay anonymous, and they're pretty smart dudes. I do think that from a money-making perspective, it is a time warp. You can just go way faster. That is because you can attract talent at such a higher rate than you could otherwise. You can bring people on who already know your values, know what you're about, have already consumed more content than most people's employees currently know about them and their way of doing business. You can basically pre-train your entire team before they come on board because of the amount of stuff that you put out. And those are just unbelievably valuable things. Not to mention, if you're on the deal side, like for us, like investing in companies, we have so much more trust at the table. It's so much better as a process. Having been on both types of deals, like white knuckle deals and really friendly deals, way more fun to do friendly deals. So that's the pros.
It'll be won by whoever becomes impossible to ignore. Because they've built around something AI can't replicate, their clarity, vision, and voice. The question is, are you ready to be undeniable?